Starters Night 8 live from the Samsung NBA Summer League at the Thomas and Mack Center in Vegas. A few of our closest friends joining us. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, it's the international man of mystery, taking it to the max, Lee Ellis.
Friend.
Starters blog editor, Trey Kirby.
Hey!
And last but certainly not least, Dallas Mavericks swingman, Justin Anderson. Justin, how's it going, man?
Great, man. How's it going?
Awesome. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
First things first, this is your second year here. You're
Yep.
killing it. You're dominating it in the action that you were here. What's been the difference from year one at Summer League to then coming into this in year two?
Well, I appreciate the compliment, man. I put in a lot of work. I did whatever it took to get on the court last year, being a rookie, playing alongside a lot of veterans. One thing going into the summer is they say, hey, kid, put in a lot of work, and you can help us out here in the future. So I did just that. I wanted to come here in Summer League, and I wanted to dominate, try to help my team win. And I think I did a great job of doing so.
It must be nice during the summer. You get to show off a little bit more of your offense, things you can do on both ends of the court.
Right, exactly. Obviously, the spacing is not set for a rookie to come in and just take all types of shots when you got 6 all time and his space that he needs on the floor. So it's definitely a great opportunity to come in and showcase the skills and the things that you do when no one else is around.
Were there specific skill sets that you were working on? I know you're always working on the total game, but were there specific things that you really tried to focus on?
Very specific, from form shooting, three-point shooting, something that's very key in the NBA. Being able to knock down the corner three, being able to space and shoot, sometimes far behind the three-point line, as you're starting to see with the guys now, Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, those guys, being able to see any ounce of light and being able to get the shot off and make it is huge in this league. So I've been trying to work on that, and then also, my ball handling ability, pick and roll, just the little things.
What about the defensive end too, Justin? Because we saw one of the greatest plays we've seen so far in this tournament defensively against the Boston Celtics. Looked like they had a layup, and you came from nowhere and made that big block shot. Talk us through that.
Well, I actually messed up the play at first. I think I turned the ball over or something, and then I realized I needed to get back. And you see me sprinting faster than everybody, and I was like, no way I'm going to let this rook get this dunk. So I had to take care of business.
For a young guy, though, I mean, especially with a guy like Rick Carlisle, he likes to see the offensive stuff, but he's obviously going to be more impressed to see plays like that and see what you can do defensively. So is that also something that you're working on to make sure that you're always there doing what you're supposed to be doing?
That right there is what I call energy plays, energy and effort. Those are things that it's hard to teach, and I'm gifted in that way. I have the ability to jump pretty high, so I want to make sure that I'm always playing hard and trying to help my team be in a position to win possessions.
Earlier this week, we saw the official retirement from Tim Duncan, NBA legend. You play with another NBA legend in Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, one season there, of course, with Dirk. What did you learn from the big German, in just that short time?
Even just playing with him for a year, I hope I never have to see that day anytime soon where he makes his announcement. But I was so excited to see that he has 2 more years. Obviously, what he's done to this game is tremendous. What he's done for Germany, what he's done for Dallas. His loyalty, I think, is the most important thing, man. Being with this team his whole career, and most importantly, man, he's just a good dude, down to earth, loves to have fun. He jokes with me all the time. Sometimes it hurts my feelings, but it's all good.
Come on, Dirk, take it easy on him.
All right, look, as we do with all our guests here on the Starters, we like to do a little bit of research, try and learn as much about you as possible. We had some success. You got a great Twitter account. There's a lot of great articles about you, but we hit up your Wikipedia page.
Okay.
And quite frankly, there's not a lot there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Pretty straightforward.
we're going to help you out. We're going to spice up.
Let's spice it up.
Your Wikipedia page. Yes, Justin Anderson, we got some questions for you, and we'll get them up there. People probably are watching this live. They'll have them up like right about the second here.
That's right.
First one. What's your nickname?
My nickname is Simba.
Simba.
Are you a Lion King fan?
My favorite movie of all time.
That's awesome.
Talk
man.
about relentless, talk about passionate, talk about lion-hearted. My man,
All right,
Simba.
That's a good one. I love
Beautiful.
that. All right, this is a fun one. Favorite athlete of all time. Doesn't need to be basketball. You can go anywhere you want.
Favorite athlete of all time. That's a tough one. What you guys think?
They'll say Kobe. They're a bunch
they'll
of
pick
Lakers.
Kobe. It's
They'll
all
pick
Lakers.
Kobe and Laker fans out here.
I mean, you wear number 1. I've seen you've said it's for Tracy McGrady.
Tracy McGrady and Penny are
Hardaway.
definitely my favorite basketball players growing up. Obviously, Braun was one of my favorites growing up as well. But I would say a favorite athlete of all time, I got to go maybe with Muhammad Ali, man.
Sure, good pick.
Yeah.
Great pick. All right. Who would you want to play you in a movie about your life? Who would play you?
I think Will Smith would do a heck of a job, man. It's the best. Just being goofy, but also know when to switch it on.
All right.
Very vocal, boisterous. I think
It's a good choice. He's a cool dude.
He's
You want to
great.
vote- yeah.
All right, Will Smith, done. That's a fun one. Do you have any superstitions?
Yes. I have a lot, actually. I have to shower before every game. No matter where I am.
Have to.
Have to.
Even Summer League.
Have to. At a hotel right before I can shower. I can shower before, after shoot around, take a nap. I wake up, I shower again.
Wow.
I don't know if it's to get me woken up or whatever the case may be, but have to do that. And then also just giving thanks to my creator before the game.
Awesome.
So I have a little pound routine that I do to myself.
There you go. And we even taught Justin the starters pregame
right. Right,
routine where we dap it up and do all that. Yeah. We got it. All right. Favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
I love to be a pumpkin. I mean, I was already big, and it's funny. My mom used to always call me Pumpkinhead because I had a big head when I was younger. So she would always put me right in that big.
costume, yeah.
It's perfect.
It's a simple costume, too. That's the key. All right. What's your most prized piece of NBA memorabilia?
Man, that's tough.
I guess Dirk doesn't give you any shoes or anything like that.
Dirk's
does
not
he?
handing out
Come on,
anything,
Dirk.
man.
You got to
Come
steal
on.
something out of his locker, man. He doesn't have a ton of time left. You got to
He's
get
right
something
there.
remembered by.
I told him as soon as he's done, I'm taking
right.
all of his stuff.
Okay, well, you steal Dirk's shoes, and then we'll go with that one. All right. If you could join any music group, who would you choose? You could
Has
join
to be
any-
a group.
Yeah,
A
anything.
musician. You can be
Yeah.
a duet with someone.
If I can be with my guy Michael Jackson, man.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh man.
Have you seen the Michael Jackson show?
I have actually. I have
Okay.
actually. I took my girlfriend to see that like last year.
There
I
we
think
go.
during the
cool.
pre-draft process. So
Good
it was
times?
pretty sweet. It was
Okay.
awesome.
You got a favorite MJ song?
Human Nature is definitely my favorite.
All right, I like it. That's a classic.
Tell him that it's human nature.
That's a great jam. All right. A couple more. What TV show are you embarrassed to admit you watch?
SpongeBob.
Oh, wow.
At a certain point, it's very acceptable, and then it's just like, all right, come on, man, grow up. Like, what are you learning from this TV show? But it's always just comedy.
It is.
It's always comedy.
Okay, final one here. If you have one, what's your hidden talent? Do you have a hidden talent?
I don't think this is hidden. I think I've called a lot of people out, and I like to call more people out. I'm the best Madden video game player on Xbox One ever. So if anybody wants this problem, come and see me.
There it is. It's not a hidden talent. It's a straight up
It's a
talent.
straight up talent.
like
Justin, we can't thank you enough. I believe we got you a cake.
Yeah.
We put Hakuna Matata on it. So thank you so much. Guys,
That's
give it up for
awesome.
Justin Anderson. We gotta take a break. Lots more still to come on the show when we return. Is this the year that we finally hit a half-court shot? Oh, please tell me we drain one of these. Oh, come on back. Welcome back to the starters. Night 8 of Las Vegas Summer League. We're still here. We're still ticking. I'm feeling good. I got a second win, man.
Yeah, you're pumped right now,
I'm
man.
pumped, man. I'm jacked. All right, guys. For the last few years here at Summer League, we've tried our hand at hitting half-court shots out on the Thomas & Mack Center floor. It hasn't gone well.
No.
No, that's putting it lightly. John Schumann actually did the math, guys,
Oh, yeah.
and we're combined 0 for 24.
That's probably the easiest
From half.
maths he's ever done.
Oh, poor Tassie. Poor Tassie was very, very short. Yeah.
Year 2, here we go.
Yeah, year 2.
Oh.
Very close. That was very close there, Trey.
Couple of rimmers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had a couple close calls, but in the end, it doesn't matter. You gotta
Layup.
hit it. I hit a layup. But we felt that maybe a change was in the air because every second day here at Summer League, it feels like someone's knocking one down from deep. We had Raps guard Fred Van Vliet from three-quarter court, and then this fan
Kobe.
the other night.
Kobe.
And she left it up, gooseneck and everything. So
Throwing a party.
it feels like we're due.
It's in the air.
It's in the air,
Yeah.
exactly.
Not to mention we practice these all the time
Yeah,
back home.
That's
We're shooting
absolutely
half-court shots
right.
all the time.
So, with that said, let's see whether or not one of us knocks down a half-court shot in the third year. We got the NBA jerseys on this year.
Yeah, need a little extra swag.
There we
TK
go.
up first.
Oh, high
A little
and
high and
left.
left. John Starks.
Oh, man.
I think Lee went one
Oh,
for
yeah.
19 or something like that. Oh, that
Oh,
feels
that
good.
looks good. Almost. Round 2.
Round 2.
Same shot.
Oh, man.
Come on, Lee, get those handles back.
They're those flat balls.
Lee can't even.
Whoa!
Man, I'm too strong.
Here we go. This
Too
is the
much
one.
bar free.
Looks
That's
good.
it.
Looks.
Man.
So the Nick Van Exel jersey didn't do anything for
Didn't
me.
do it.
Do I win by default though? Because
No.
I was closest. No.
No.
This kid says no way.
Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on. 0 for 30. We are now combined 0 for 30.
Wow.
Why did we only get 2 shots this year?
Yeah, the third one would have went in
No.
for all 3 of us,
Yeah.
no doubt. You can tell.
I think they're saying, listen, guys, once you get to 30, that's it. No more.
Are we done?
Yeah.
We might have to officially retire
Yeah.
that. All right, guys. Well, throughout our time here at Samsung NBA Summer League, we've been asking rookies and second-year studs to get into the magical spirit of Las Vegas by picking a card, any card, and the deal's been great. Check it out.
My favorite candy is Sour Patch Kids.
Cookies or ice cream? Ooh, I'm actually a cookies and ice cream guy with the warm cookie, but I gotta go cookies. Chocolate chip, for sure. Cookies.
What kind?
Snickerdoodle.
If I could be any animal, I would be a koala bear because they just chill, sleep, and eat all day.
Emoji that I use all the time is probably the think face emoji.
How's that look?
My favorite emoji right there.
This one. Like the questionable one, like what?
The thinking emoji, you know. Gotta keep them on their toes, you know.
The little smirky emoji.
I use like the swimming emoji.
Okay.
Just
Why?
because-
What's that?
Like if someone's, I don't want to talk to them or they're annoying me, I just send it and they're like, what is that? And I just don't reply.
On a scale of 1 to 10, I want to rate my dance skills 9. I can move.
Singer that people would be surprised I have in my playlist. Tori Kelly.
Tori Kelly. That's my girl.
Justin Bieber.
I got a few Justin Bieber songs in there, for sure.
Taylor Swift.
That's a really good one. Awesome.
Or Selena Gomez.
They're best friends. So it's perfect.
Are they?
Yeah.
Do you have their number?
All right, these guys, unbelievable stuff here from these guys. We actually have the cards again, though. Lee,
Yeah.
you had such a great answer last time that we need you to pick another
I
card
think
here.
that was
Pick a
had
card, any
bananas in my
card. You
fridge.
want-
All right. Favorite app on my phone has to be Instagram.
You're blasting Matt
Yeah,
Graham.
I
Boring,
love
yeah.
Instagram. Yeah.
Boring answer.
I don't have many apps.
Food that reminds me of home, the beef roll. Shout out to Brothers in Sandwich, Illinois, home of the beef roll. Just a pizza dough filled with sliced beef, cheese, onions. It's horrible, but it's great after a high school football game, that's for sure.
My favorite candy?
Don't say Candy Crush.
No, I'm going to go Coffee Crisp. Shout out
Coffee
to Canada.
Crisp.
Shout out to Canada. Yeah, Coffee Crisp. I don't think they have it down here in the States. All right, those things are great. Pick a card. We got lots more still to come on the show tonight. When we come back, we revisit an epic battle.
Get your eyes ready.
Welcome back to the starters. Last year, guys, we had an epic battle between Jazz forward Trey Lyles and our very own Trey Kirby. It was a battle of wits, endurance, and skill. The wits portion there was a trivia contest. How old is Coach Quinn Snyder? They had a straight-up staring contest, which I believe Trey Lyles won.
Yeah, I got bad eyes for this.
Yeah.
Too small.
Oh, yeah. Oh. And then, of course, yes, the stacking
The
of
classic.
cups. This was controversial,
Yeah,
we should say.
yeah.
Trey actually cheated there. Multiple cups came into play. But in the end, I guess it was Kirby taking the win.
Yeah,
So
you got to do what you can to win.
we were going to have a rematch this year, but unfortunately, Trey Lyles didn't play in tonight's game. That's not going to stop us from having a Trey versus Trey battle.
Okay.
We've got a lot of props that we put thousands upon thousands of dollars into. So, Lee, you're going to have to be another Trey.
Okay, sure.
And
Sure,
we've got
sure.
the legal document for you to sign here.
All right.
Lee Ellis is legally going to change his name to Trey Ellis tonight so we can have a Trey on Trey battle.
You can
Lee,
do
Lee,
anything in
Sign that
Vegas.
away,
Awesome,
buddy.
awesome.
Yeah,
Sign
man.
that away.
Got to make it official.
All right.
You
all right.
signed it Lee Ellis, though.
What are you doing? Your
Well,
name's
I'm
Trey, buddy. Okay.
but
Not good
signing
enough,
it.
whatever.
Okay,
Oh,
good enough.
man.
Here we go. We will start with wits, trivia.
'Kay.
I've got one question this year, that's it. How many free throws? You love free throws.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait,
Hey,
advantage.
Trey.
Yeah,
you love
yeah,
free throws. How many free throws did Trey Lyles attempt last season?
Okay.
I'll say.
Are we holding to reveal? Attempt?
Okay, here we go. Turn it around. Trey Kirby says
212.
212. Trey Ellis says 74. Trey Ellis takes this one. 82 was the
Oh,
correct
nice.
answer. So
Classic.
very close, very close.
You
All right.
would win
I
that.
know
You
myself pretty well.
Get rid
Yeah,
of the boards.
you
Get rid
sure
of the boards.
do.
Get rid of the boards.
All right, they're done.
Trey
Right.
Kirby already says he has small eyes and doesn't do well in
I'm
a
bad
staring
at the
contest.
staring contest.
But let's do it again here, guys. Staring contest. Trey and Trey, here we go. You're gonna stare when I say stare. That makes sense. Ready, set, stare. Whoa! Don't kiss. Go, Trey.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I got
What's
bad
wrong
eyes.
with you?
I don't know. I got dry
Hey, I
eyes.
am
I'm a
an
dry
NBA
eyes kind of
player,
guy.
though, you know.
Okay, here
Gotta
we
call
go.
Ben Stein. Get
It
those
doesn't matter.
drops
It
going.
doesn't matter. Final round. It is endurance, and it's for all the marbles.
Right,
So you
right.
get this right. Grab out your Kleenexes here,
Oh,
guys.
okay.
Okay.
This is called the Hanky Panky
Right.
Tissue Challenge. It's a test of speed and focus. It's
Okay.
very, very simple. The two of you will race to pull out the tissues. A standard size Kleenex box, I
Okay.
should
It's a
point out
standard
here.
box, yeah.
One at a time, and you have to alternate hands. Okay?
Okay.
No cheating.
Okay.
No cheating.
No guarantees.
We will, by the way. It's going to make a mess. We'll recycle all of this. Okay. So don't
well,
freak
I
out.
like a good tissue.
Okay,
Yeah, if
here
you
we
need
go.
a tissue, come down and
Yeah.
get one.
Okay, here we go. This again for the winner of the Trey versus Trey battle. First one to finish the box. Ready, set, go.
Oh, get out of here.
That's not good. That's not good at all. You can't. Yeah. You. Whoa, you guys. Ninja, look at Ellis go. Oh, it's close.
Ah, man, come on. I got the dodgy box.
Trey wins. Trey Kirby wins. Trey Kirby wins it all. Trey Kirby goes back to back. Good stuff.
We got it.
Good stuff, Trey.
What a match. What a match.
man.
That was actually. That was intense.
Did someone sabotage my box then? I couldn't get them out.
Oh, Trey Ellis, shut up.
Don't
man.
blame the box, man.
Whinging. All right, when we come back, Trey Ellis is very solid play. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the starters. Big moment in the WNBA tonight. The Sparks looking to tie the 98 Houston Comets for the best start to a WNBA season. The Connecticut Sun led 55-42 when Elisa Thomas hit a three. They led by as many as 16, but the Sparks fought back. They forced overtime. Jantel Lavender's three in overtime iced the victory as she led the Sparks, tying a career high with 25 points. She had 10 boards as well. There's the three. So the Sparks are now 20-1 to start the season. Yes, history right there for the taking, and it could happen on Sunday. The Sparks go for that cool 21-1 start against the Atlanta Dream right here on NBA.
Is that down in the Fortress?
TV. That might be down in the
I
Fortress.
think it is.
That's absolutely
Interesting.
right. That's
Yeah.
absolutely right. What are you doing on your phone here?
I mean, I'm trying to find Pokemon, but all I can find right now is a Pokemon stop. But I'm gonna grab a couple of balls here.
All
real
right.
quick.
Okay,
One,
come on. Good
two,
luck, man.
Not so bad.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
Gotta catch them.
All right, it's not Lee's very solid play of the night. It's Trey Ellis's very solid play of the night. Where are we going?
We're going to the Sixers and Heat game, and then it's another beauty from Ben Simmons. Check out this behind the back bounce pass to Sean Long. Oh, beautiful. Who finishes just a gentle dunk. He
Very
knows.
gentle.
He knows for the very solid play. You don't want to throw it down. You just want to lay it in and have a soft dunk, and that's what I call a very solid play.
Yeah, get those thumbs up
Yeah,
behind
that's
him.
a nice
yeah.
one. That's a nice one.
Yeah, very, very nice. All right, now it's time for a thing we'd really, really like to squeeze in here, and it's Kobe Bryant. He's not immune. He's not immune from the slime, even though he is one of the greatest players of all time. Last night at the Kids' Choice Sports Awards, the recently retired Lakers star received the Legend Award, and just as he finished his speech, he got slimed,
Oh, wow.
doused in gold slime, very similar to me last night, getting just killed in the silly string.
It looks like they turned him into a statue, but you look like you turned into a Swamp Thing when that was happening.
Yeah, there's like people were saying I looked like Elijah Wood from Lord of the Rings there when the spider attacks him. Spoiler alert: a spider's in it, I guess. Let's take a look at the bracket. quarterfinal action here at Summerley. We're in deep, I guess, now into the tournament portion of this. You see it there. It's the Raptors who are going to win this whole thing. You can book it. Raps versus the Wolves, Suns, Nuggets, Cavs, Nets, and the Wizards, Bulls.
We're on a collision course here, Skeets.
We absolutely are. Right. Let's take a look at the Samsung NBA Summer League upcoming schedule. This is for tomorrow, which I believe is Saturday, right?
Yeah, I know. Every day sort of blends into one.
Blending together, and that's the four games, that I told you earlier. At the end of it all, we will be back to wrap it all up. Are you still looking for Pokemon Go?
There's a Zubaz! There's a Zubaz right over.
Where, man?
Oh! Hey! We got it.
Oh, yeah.
We got it.
We got it, Zubaz! What does that mean?
I don't know yet. I'm not sure. I haven't even gotten high enough to be able to fight these at the gyms, but if you ever see me and I'm level 5, come and get me.
All right. Good catch, man.
Yeah.
Really
gotcha.
Good, really good catch. All right, we'll be back tomorrow night at the end of the 4 games. Thanks so much to these guys for coming out. Don't go anywhere, guys. Back tomorrow. Trey, you got a closing quote?
When in Vegas, don't waste any tissues.
Smart, man. Wow. You guys were
That's crazy.
I'm still sweating.
Race of the night, people.